Man, can't the Giants backups win today? Oh, can't the Giants backups win? $25 on the Giants today pays $207.50. Ay, ay, ay. I heard the Giants backups are pretty good. I heard the Giants backups are not too shabby. I'm looking for a steal of the day. So many guys are sitting. We got a fantasy round that doesn't really count, but I'm not even starting Cousins. I'm not starting. I think I'll put Jefferson in the flex because he could probably catch 7 balls in a quarter. So I'll still put Jefferson in the game, but I need to go with a quarterback that's going to play 4 quarters. I'm going with Kenny Pickett. I'm going with Kenny Pickett because I can't start Cousins because he's probably not going to play 4 quarters. So I'm going with Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm still going to start Jefferson in my flex because Jefferson can catch like 8 balls in like 1 minute for like a tutty and then go sit. So Jefferson can put up a whole game's worth of numbers in a quarter. So I'm still going to play Jefferson, but I'm not starting Cousins. Darth Waver's got the jump on me. He's got one less player than me, and he's up a little bit, but I don't sweat that. I'm going to whoop Darth Vader's ass today. Darth Waver. Mel, if you're in here, I'm going to whoop your boys behind today. Let's see what I got going. It's so weird that we're in the wrong week. I'm going Kenny Pickett. I went Marvin Jones last night instead of Godwin because I don't know if Godwin's even going to play. Marvin, 6 targets, 2 catches, 29 yards. Thanks a lot, Marvin. I got DJ Chark going today for the Lions tonight. That's an important game. That's one of the only important games. I tried to put all guys with important games. I went Pacheco. He scored a rushing touchdown and had 64 yards. He did good. I got Tony Pollard today. Ingram did shit yesterday for me, 4 for 27. Jefferson in the flex. Patterson gave me 8 points yesterday, and I got the Dallas defense. So basically, I got Pickett, Chark, Pollard. The three of them are all playing full games, so I like that. Jefferson in the flex because he could do it, and Dallas defense. My opponent has Prescott, Mike Williams, Waddle. Waddle needs 88 yards to go over 1,400. And Miami hasn't had 2 receivers over 1,400 yards since like Duper and Clayton in 1984. And it could be Tyreek Hill and Waddle. And guys, Tyreek Hill is not far off. Jefferson does not have the receiving title locked yet. Tyreek Hill is only like 70 yards behind him. So the Cheetah's going for it too. But my opponent's got Prescott, Mike Williams, Waddle, McCaffrey, Andrews, Dillon. Damn, he's got a good team. So he needs a lot of duds. But I want to look at the gambling because we got to see if Mel, listen to this. Ready? The Giants, $25 on the Giants to win pays $207.50 because the Giants aren't playing their starters. Jalen Hurts is trending towards playing today. So we'll see about that. See about that. We will see about that. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is playing, and the Giants are sitting Jones, they're sitting Barkley because the Giants don't have a rhythm problem. Like Dallas has a rhythm problem. They 1 week Dallas looks like this, the other week they look like this. Giants don't have a rhythm problem. The governor on their it's all the way up. The Giants are full speed every week. They're playing hard. The Giants remind me of the 2007 team that was 9-7. They clinched the playoff spot on a rainy day up in Buffalo. Ahmad Bradshaw brought us home. We went on to win the Super Bowl. The Giants could be dangerous. Look at the teams. Look at the teams in the East. They all have a little something. Hurts, he's got to come back healthy. We'll see today. Maybe the Giants knock him out. Purdy is a rookie quarterback. Guys, don't forget, if Purdy ever wins the Super Bowl, that trumps what Tom Brady did 20 years ago. Tom Brady won the Super Bowl in his second season. It was his first year starting, but it was his second season. If Brock Purdy ever wins a Super Bowl, that's like a Brady story. So I don't think that's happening. So those are two teams. We got to worry about Hurts' health. And right now, it's Philly's the strongest team to me, Hurts' health. And that's the weakest excuse because it looks like he's going to be healthy. Other than that, San Fran, they're good, but I'm not really afraid of them. Minnesota, it looks like we're going to play Minnesota. The Giants are probably going to play Minnesota. I think. If the Giants play Minnesota, I like that familiarity. They just played them a couple weeks ago. They got beat on a Justin Jefferson touchdown and then a 61-yard field goal. Giants can beat Minnesota. Then you got Dallas. Dallas is up and down. Dallas beat us twice, but so did Terrell Owens and Romo that Super Bowl year. Then we beat them in the playoffs. Is a different animal. Giants can beat Dallas. Philly's the toughest team. I see Philly going to the Super Bowl if Hurts is healthy, and I'm hoping the Giants give them a run. But I can see Philly beating everybody else. They're strong. I really like Philly's team this year. A.J. Brown was a hell of an addition. Hell of an addition. Oh, hell of an addition. A.J. Brown, the skinny guy, Devontae Smith from Alabama, hell of an addition. They got stud receivers. Dallas Goedert became a real good tight end. Let's look at team futures right now. If we wanted to make a couple bets as far as team futures, let's see who's what to win the Super Bowl. Here we go. Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs are plus 340. There's no team in the favorite. So if you wanted the Chiefs right now to win the Super Bowl, let's see what if you put $25. $25 on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl pays 85. That's nice. Okay, now let's get into some teams, some dark horse teams. Ready? Philadelphia Eagles are kind of favorite. Let's go Giants. The Giants to win the Super Bowl. Ready for this? The Giants to win the Super Bowl, $25 pays 1,250, 1,250. I'd like to take a little shot on that right now. Giants to win the Super Bowl. Who else we got? Team futures. Bengals to win the Super Bowl plus 750. Green Bay's plus 3,000. The Giants are way down there. They got no respect for the Giants. The Giants are lower than Jacksonville to win the Super Bowl. Wow. The Giants are like the Rodney Dangerfield of the NFL. No respect. No respect. I can't wait to do a little playoff pool. We got to get some type of playoff knockout pool. Definitely. Let me see. The Detroit Lions, they can't get in. See, for Detroit to get in today, Seattle has to lose in the afternoon. If Seattle wins in the afternoon, Detroit steps onto the field when they're eliminated. That would suck because I kind of like Detroit tonight. I like Detroit. Neighborhood picks, like, subscribe. Let's go. Get it going. I am live right now. I'm live right now, boys. Let's go. Right now, boys. I'm sharing this. Telling people get in here. Nobody's in here yet, so I'm sending a couple out. Here we go. Yes, so looking at the lines, very tricky today. I'm looking for anytime touchdowns. I'm looking for stats. This is a day where you break down, you try to get a couple any-timers. It's not a good day for games. You got a lot of guys sitting. Let's see what we got. Now, the AFC wild card, you got the Chargers, the Ravens, and the Patriots. In the hunt are the Dolphins and the Steelers. The Patriots are 8-8. The Dolphins and Steelers are also 8-8. So if the Patriots lose, one of those teams could get in. I don't think the Patriots are beating Buffalo today, guys. So that means the Dolphins or the Steelers are going to get in. The Dolphins get in with a win and the Patriots lost. It's that simple. The Steelers get in with a win and the Patriots plus Dolphins losses. So the Patriots are going to lose. And are the Steelers playing the Dolphins? If they're playing the Dolphins, they can take care of it immediately. I don't think they are. Who the hell are the Steelers playing today? The Browns. Okay, so the Steelers need both teams to lose. So they got the toughest. The Steelers have the toughest road. Patriots winning in. Dolphins win. Patriots ain't going to beat Buffalo. So if the Dolphins win and the Patriots lose, they're in. And the Steelers need the Patriots to lose and the Dolphins to lose, and they win, they're in. So the Steelers need 2 losses and their own good fortune. That's going to be hard. But I got Kenny Pickett. I got Kenny Pickett in my fantasy. Yeah, the Dolphins really went down. They did to have two 1,400-yard receivers is pretty good. That's pretty impressive. Neighborhood Picks YouTube. I'm watching Tyreek Hill go up that field. He's not far off either. He's not far off the stat sheet. Let's see who's going to get the crowns. This is for the records this week for the season titles. You know, dudes want to be the rushing champion, the receiving champion. It looks like Josh Jacobs is on his way to being the rushing champion. I don't think Nick Chubb's going to catch him. I don't think Nick Chubb's going to catch him. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go stats. Who's going to be the rushing? Okay, the passing leader. Peyton Manning's record is going. I think Mahomes is right there now. I got to look for the record. Patrick Mahomes has 5,250 yards. Brady's second with 4,600. Brady's not throwing for 800 yards today. So Mahomes is going to be the passing leader. As far as touchdowns, Mahomes has that too. So Mahomes is the MVP. He's going to be the MVP of the season. That we know. This is no surprise. Now rushing. Let's see. Josh Jacobs, 1,653 yards. Nick Chubb has 1,538. Nick Chubb's 115 yards behind. That means like Josh Jacobs would have to run for 30 yards, and Nick Chubb would have to bust off like a $170 to win the rushing title. So it looks like Josh Jacobs has the rushing title stacked up, unless that's Henry in second. Oh, Henry just finished last night. Nick Chubb is actually almost 150 yards behind. He's not going to catch him unless Nick Chubb goes for 200 and Josh Jacobs goes for 47. That's the only way Nick Chubb could win the rushing title. So Josh Jacobs in a contract year is going to win the rushing title, and he should get paid because if you're at the end of your rookie deal and you win the rushing title, that's pretty good. 340 rushing attempts, so that's a lot. So he stood up. He's sturdy. I really like I see a three-headed monster in the AFC. When I look at the NFL playoffs, it's so different on each side. Playoffs in the AFC, I'm looking at Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati. Stop. That's the three Super Bowl teams. I'm very happy Trevor Lawrence got in, but I don't think they're ready yet. But if anybody can have a fucking big game, excuse my language, have a big game, it's Trevor Lawrence. And Herbert, the team, they don't have a running game, and they have very low air yards. It's like Brady, 6 air yards per completion. I'm not crazy about that, really. So I don't think the Chargers are going to go anywhere. In Baltimore, if Lamar comes back, what kind of rhythm is he going to be in? Now, hanging in 7 is the Patriots. They're going to lose to Buffalo today. DeMar Hamlin is awake. He's healthy. Right now, the team is on a high. I think Buffalo is going to smash New England. It just feels like it. Do you see Buffalo coming out flat today? I don't. They got Hamlin jerseys on right now, warming up. They're coming out ready to rock and roll. It looks like Miami's got the best shot to get in, but Miami stinks. So if New England loses, Miami stinks. If they lose and Pittsburgh wins, Pittsburgh's the team that's going to get in. I'm rooting for Pittsburgh to get in. Mike Tomlin, I would love to see Pittsburgh get in. Let me see the matchups because we know. I feel like we know New England is going to lose. So that means if Miami wins, they're in because that's all they need. But Miami stinks. So that goes to Pittsburgh. So let's see. What's the matchup here? Okay. Ooh, not the NHL, Nooch. Okay. Miami plays the Jets. Ugh. Can the Jets step up one time in their lives? Can the Jets please do something right and beat Miami so Pittsburgh has a chance to get in? New England is going to lose to Buffalo, right? Let's say the Jets play a good game with Flacco. Flacco's playing today against Teddy Two Gloves. It's the battle of guys that were relevant 8 years ago, Alex. It's like Jeopardy. Fucking shit. So, okay, so Miami can lose. Now, who's Pittsburgh playing? Pittsburgh is playing nobody, maybe? I'm missing. Oh, they're playing Cleveland. Very beatable. Cleveland hasn't been too sharp since Deshaun Watson's coming off those massages. He hasn't been too sharp. He hasn't been too sharp. They got to run the rock with Nick Chubb. Amari Cooper's had a nice season. Amari Cooper's had a really nice season. So back to the leaders. I'll get to the matchups a little later. I like looking at the leaders because I want to see who wins the titles of each. Okay, so Mahomes is going to be the leading passer in the league. Brady's behind him, Herbert, Cousins, Burrow, but not as far as rating. But so then now, okay, Josh Jacobs is going to win the rushing title. Derrick Henry's got 1,500 yards again. And now Nick Chubb, 1,448. That's a great thing. Now receivers. Let's see receivers. Oh, this is my favorite. Hey, there we go. Justin Jefferson, 1,771. Tyreek Hill, 1,687. Justin Jefferson doesn't have the receiving crown locked up just yet. And Tyreek Hill is only 7 balls behind him. You don't think Justin Jefferson wants to be gets the receiving title? That's why you got to start Jefferson if you got a fantasy today. Justin Jefferson's only 7 catches ahead of Tyreek, and he's only 80 yards ahead. If Tyreek Hill has a monster day, he can actually take all the receiving accolades from Jefferson today. So they got to keep him in a little bit. I know Jefferson, you must get something in your contract if you lead everything in receiving. Oh, A.J. Brown, nice season, 1,400 yards. Devontae Adams had a quiet 1,500 yards this year. Listen to the receivers with leading yards. Number 1, Jefferson. Number 2, Hill, 1,687. Number 3, Devontae Adams, 1,516. 4, A.J. Brown, 1,401. Kelsey's number 5 in the whole league, 1,338. Travis Kelce has 110 catches for 1,338 and 12 touchdowns. Oh, my God. Travis Kelce is having the biggest year ever. He's averaging almost 80 yards a game. I think this might be the best season Travis Kelce's ever had. Has Travis Kelce ever had more than 110 catches for 1,400 yards? I don't think so. I don't know. Mike Evans is in the top 10 now. That big game last week. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 100 catches. Let's see who's in the 100-catch club. Austin Eckler's in there. Fucking guy. Jefferson, 124. Hill, 117. Kelce, 110. Travis Kelce is 3rd. Yo, in the top 5 receivers, the reception leaders, the top 2 are receivers. The 3rd and 4th guy are not even wide receivers. One's a tight end, one's a running back. That just goes to show you how crazy the NFL is now. Jefferson's 1, Tyreek Hill's 2, Kelce's 3rd with 110, and Eckler's 4th with 103. And then CeeDee Lamb is 5th with 102. CeeDee Lamb needs 10 catches today to pass Michael Irvin's record for the Cowboys, 111 catches. So if CeeDee Lamb grabs 10 balls today, he breaks the record in 17 games, which is kind of not fair. DK Metcalf, 87 catches, 1,000 yards. He's got the 1,000 yards. He ain't going to get to 100 catches. DK Metcalf, he's good, but he's not putting up monster years. For a guy that big and fast, 87 for 1,000 is mediocre. Sorry to say it. And the Chargers, that's why they're not going to win. The Chargers are not going to win, man. They're not. They don't run. Austin Eckler had 102 dump offs this year. Austin Eckler, 103 catches for 686 yards. That's despicable. Jefferson, the top 5 receivers, watch this. Jefferson, 124 catches, 14.3 yards a catch. Tyreek Hill, 117, 14.4. Kelce, 110, 12.2. Eckler, 103, 6.7 yards a catch. Are you kidding me? That just goes to show you the dump offs. Let's see. But there's Amon-Ra St. Brown. There's 7 guys with 100 catches in the league. St. Brown rounds it off. Devontae Adams got 100 for 1,500. You know, Devontae Adams has more yards per catch than anybody in the NFL. He leads the NFL again in yards per catch. Devontae Adams is 15.2 yards a catch, and Jefferson's 14.3, and Hill is 14.4. Devontae Adams quietly had one hell of a year. 14 touchdown catches. Devontae Adams leads the NFL in yards per catch and touchdown catches. I didn't realize that was a quiet year by Devontae. If you were to give me 3 guys and say you got Tyreek Hill, Jefferson, and Devontae Adams, rank them who had the highest yards per carry, I would probably say Adams last. Adams first, 15.2 yards a catch. And 14 touchdowns. Jefferson at 8. Tyreek's got 7. Devontae Adams has 1 less touchdown than Hill and Jefferson combined. That's a lot of touchdowns, man. Wow, Devontae Adams. 89 yards a game. Jefferson, 110 yards a game. That's a lot of yards a game. Hill, 105 yards a game. I can't believe Travis Kelce, man. Travis Kelce, 110 catches, 1,338 yards, and 12 touchdown catches. Travis Kelce at 33 and a half, 34 had the season of his life. That's amazing. What else? Let's see. Targets. Who got the most targets in the league? Devontae Adams, most targets, 180. This is good for next year in fantasy. Jefferson, 179. Hill, Kelce, 152. How could they not stop the Chiefs in the playoffs? Travis Kelce is 4th in the whole NFL in targets. Travis Kelce has more targets than CeeDee Lamb. He has more targets than Diggs. He has more targets than Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got more targets than A.J. Brown. He's got more targets than a lot of good receivers. That's crazy. The only people that have more targets than Travis Kelce this year are Adams, Jefferson, and Hill. That's pretty, like, if I'm trying to, it can't be, McKinnon is a big factor out of the backfield now, but you gotta do something to Kelce. Make Kadarius Toney and these jokers, Juju, make them beat you. Make them beat you, I think. These standings are fun, man. I don't see New England getting in. So if New England gets beat by Buffalo today, which they probably will, Miami's got to beat the Jets. Miami's tumbling down. So if Miami loses to the Jets and New England loses, then Pittsburgh could get in with a win. That would be cool. I would like to see Pittsburgh and Tomlin and Kenny Pickett and all those guys. They got young receivers, Pickens, Deontay Johnson. I like Pittsburgh's team. I'd like to see. I was hoping. I was praying to the football gods last night. Please, football gods, don't make me watch a Tennessee Titans playoff game, please. And Jacksonville got in. Now we get to see a great young quarterback maybe try to shake up one of these real top-notch guys. We'll see. I'm glad they got in, though. Now, playoffs. Man, this is tough. Playoff bracket. Yep. New England's in the 7th seed. Miami's hanging in and Pittsburgh's hanging in. Pittsburgh, if I could see Miami losing to the Jets and I could see New England losing to Buffalo. Don't be surprised if Pittsburgh sneaks in. Hey, Rye, what are you doing, buddy? I'm looking at the playoff scenarios. If New England wins, they're in, but they're playing Buffalo. You know how pumped up Buffalo's going to be today? It's going to be a beating. It's going to be a beating. So New England's going down, right? What do you think? Is New England going down? I believe so. I could see Pittsburgh getting in. If the Jets could just not screw up, can't you just play one good game, Jets, and beat Miami so we could see? Because I don't know if Tua's coming back. When you get clipped in the heels and you do a pirouette and you feel in the back of your head, you're not falling right. When you take an awkward fall like that, that leads me to believe something was wrong with his hip. I believe so. The NFC, Ryan, we're Giants fans, right? Hey, Roger. Hey, I'm nervous, Ryan. My heart wants to go Detroit. I like Detroit. I've been loving me some Detroit. But now I can't believe Rodgers is doing this again. I'm in shock over this. I want to bet Detroit. They're plus on the money line, almost plus 200. But I'm scared. I'm scared now. I'm scared of Rodgers. Is this guy going to pull the whole thing off from being 4-8 and finishing 9-8? Can he do this? This is amazing. But I've seen him fail a lot. I've seen him not take the lane in the playoffs, and he just flipped it to Devontae incomplete and lost the NFC Championship. I've seen Rodgers dog it. I mean, that Zen shit is cool, but I know Detroit's a good team. Guys, hit that like button for me. Neighborhood Picks, Nooch, like, subscribe. Hit that like button. Trying to get everybody in here. I'm watching the Bengals warm up. The Bengals are tough. The AFC looks like a 3-horse race. But the NFC, I'm a Giants fan, right? Philly, we got Jalen Hurts. We're going to face them today. I like getting a look at a team right before we might really have to play them. When the Giants went to the Super Bowl when they were 9-7, we played New England in Week 17, the last week of the season. We balled with them. We almost beat them. Then when we played them in the Super Bowl, we had confidence. I'm glad we're playing Philly today. Let them mop us up. And guys, hey, Ryan, $25 on the Giants today pays like $240. That's how much underdog the Giants are. Yeah, the Giants, it's worth taking a little shot on the Giants. But anyway, San Francisco, rookie quarterback. This guy's going to trump Tom Brady. I don't think so. If he ever won the Super Bowl, that would trump Brady. Brady did it in his second year. Minnesota, up and down. Cousins, he don't know. Cousins is great, but he's all wacky. So I'm not afraid. I think we could beat Minnesota. Tampa Bay, I know we could beat them. We beat Brady when he was 18-0 in his prime. We can't beat this Bucks team. Dallas, up and down. You don't know. Dak leads the league in interceptions, and he played 5 less games than everybody else. So Seattle, they're tough, but we played them already once too. The more you play a team, the more familiar. Detroit, they need help. They need help to get in, I think. Detroit needs Seattle to lose, and then they got to beat Green Bay. Oh, you got the boost? Oh, nice. Yeah, I like Rodgers 200. Yeah, definitely. That's a solid pick. You got it. I would go Rodgers 200. Check some of the same game parlays out here. Yeah, I like that. I was trying to figure out a way to get Detroit in there, but I'm afraid of Rodgers. I like a same game parlay, Rodgers plus 200 in the passing yards, and just start the stew. Start brewing the stew. I like that a lot. Tan. Like, subscribe, share, get this thing going. Yeah, you know what? What's the line at right now? Green Bay's up to 4.5. Detroit is plus 198. Ooh. I'd love to take Detroit to win money line, Rodgers over 200, and Goff over 200. Let's see what that would pay. Detroit on the money line to pull it out. Then we go passing yard. No, alternate. Rodgers over 200. Goff over 200. And do we have anybody else in here? I'm just seeing what this comes to. So we got Detroit to win the game money line, Rodgers over 200, Goff over 200. Let's just stick with that. Okay. $25 pays 71. It comes out to plus 284. Not bad, not bad. I think there's value just betting. If you like the Lions, I think there's value in just betting them. Like, the Lions are a nice underdog. If we just bet the Lions, watch a 25er, you win $49.50. So you get back 50. So you get $75 back. You get your 25 back and you win $50. So that's pretty good. You win double your money if you like the Lions today. But I'm scared. I'm scared now. I'm scared. I don't know. Let's see now. Look at the games. Now you got to know who's playing and who's not. The Giants are sitting everyone. Now, I've been on the road a lot this week, and I listen to the Giants guys. Carl Banks, he's always in the facility. He's saying the Giants backups are very well coached and they're good. Like, he's saying he wouldn't be surprised if the Giants gave Detroit, Philly a run today. So I'm like, do I have inside information? They were talking confident about the Giants backups. So I typed in $25 on the Giants. If you put $25 on the Giants to win, you win $207.50. That's, man, if you put $5 on it, it wins $41.50. Just throw 5 on the Giants. You got to throw a 5 on the Giants just for good luck that we're Giants fans, because $5 pays $41.50. It's plus 830. 830. So you got to put the 5 on. You got to pretend that you're going quick check and you bought a scratch off. Just put it in your mind. Put the 5 on the Giants. And if they win, your $5 turns into 220s. It's like a magic trick. It's like swallowing $1 and pooping out 4 quarters. You know, like that. If you can bet 5 and come with 2 $20 bills, that's a nice little scratch off, a NOOCH scratch off. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, Rye? I'm telling you. Oh, you want to hear what I got going right now? I started a patience parlay. It came out to 1,328. And I got a shot. Tell me if you think I could win this. Hey, what's up, T-Rich? Have a great day to you. Getting that trophy engraved, champ. Hey, listen to this parlay. I got a 5-leg parlay. 2/5 are in. I want you to hear this before you leave. Jacksonville Jaguars alternate spread last night, minus 2.5. A 1 on luck. Javonte Davis by knockout, 1. Now it goes in today. Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Browns. Buffalo to beat New England. And the nightcapper, Detroit. Yeah. $10 pays $142.80. Not bad, right? $10, $142.80. That's how I like to bet. I like to have fun. Oh, my mother. Yeah, my mother, 19. 19. Yep. Yep. And it's her birthday today. Yeah, yeah, Mama Nooch's birthday. Oh yeah. She's I can't say her age. Yeah. But yeah, so I got Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Detroit. Hey, what's up, Mom? She's in there. Hey, Mom's in. Ryan's wishing you happy birthday. Ah, Mom, enjoy your day. My mom's still mad that she doesn't have a dog in the race in fantasy. She's like, Johnny, what's going on? I'm like, Ma, you you got knocked out. Yeah, but Ma, you got knocked out, Ma. I had to break it to her. Mom, you're out. She was, oh, was she mad? Oh, my mom doesn't like to lose. So, do you think I could? Do you think I could? Do you think I could win here with Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Detroit? I got the Jacksonville and Javante Davis today. Pittsburgh over Cleveland, Buffalo over New England, and Detroit at the end. Do you think I could get to the night game and still be alive? That's what I want to know. Do you think Pittsburgh could beat Cleveland and Buffalo, New England? What do you guys think about that? Yeah, I hope so. And then I got another one. Jacksonville, Javante Davis, Miami Heat over the Brooklyn Nets today, and Detroit plus 18.5 alternate spread. I don't know what made me do that, but the whole bet is plus 419. So I believe Detroit's safe with the 18.5. So basically, I win the bet if the Heat beat Brooklyn. And Brooklyn's been very hot, and the Heat are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Pats cover plus 8. You think so? Guys, neighborhood picks, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Give it a share. Tell people about the channel. Let's get the algorithms going. I want to get to that 1,000 by before season 3, so I can be monetized and do all this crazy shit that I'm hearing about. I'm having a lot of fun though with you guys. Let's see who else we like. What about anytime touchdowns? Who's Flacco's playing for the Jets today? Who's the run? I don't like that game. I don't like that game. Cleveland, Pittsburgh. That game means something. Pittsburgh's trying to get in the playoffs. Teach, what's up, Teach? Yeah, you know what? The Nets are hot right now. I don't know what made me go Miami. I got Tyler Hero on one of my fantasy teams. Wishful thinking. I'm hoping they just play one of them tough Miami games. Maybe they have a little more grit than the Nets today. Where the hell is that game? I gotta check. Hopefully it's in New York. Oh no. Hopefully it's in Miami. Because then the Brooklyn guys might be out in Miami that night. Let's see. It's a Sunday game. Oh, hopefully it starts early. Brooklyn, Miami. Let's see. Brooklyn, Miami, 6:10, and it's in Miami. That's good. Miami's used to Miami. Brooklyn, if they arrived Saturday night, oh, that's why I teach. You gotta know what's going on behind the scenes, teach. Brooklyn got in last night. Kyrie's like, we don't even need a coach. We don't need curfew. I don't need anything. And they went out all night and they did their thing. Kevin Durant smoked like 38 blunts and allegedly. And they're gonna be in there relaxed today. And hopefully Miami puts it on. That's my wishful thinking scenario. Then the real life scenario is Brooklyn is humming. Their team looks great, and they're just gonna keep rolling. Teach, if you ever want to talk basketball and we do like a little Zoom or something, I would love to talk basketball. Basketball is like my true favorite sport. And I love talking about getting into the rosters and just everything basketball, about the teams, who I think strong, what guys are coming up. Like there's guys coming up in the NBA every year that you didn't know the year before that are players. You got like guys like Giddy out in Oklahoma City. Shea Gilgeous is becoming a star. There's a lot of good basketball players out there. And Patterson, you need to come on and help me with the fucking hockey too. Hey, Ryan, did you know that I told you Rod Bear was like a family friend? He used to come to the dealership with my cousin and my uncle. Yeah, he was at like family barbecues. Little young Nooch. I hit Rod Bear with a fucking water balloon. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know Rod Bear, but I didn't appreciate it because I didn't know who he was. DeAndre Carter needs 2 catches. I'm gonna give you some stats too, Ryan. I'm like Rain Man. Let's see yours first. Guys, neighborhood picks, Nooch, like, subscribe, give it a share. I'm keeping it PG-13. I'm trying not to drop too many F-bombs. DeAndre Carter needs 2 catches for 250,000 bonus. Okay, Gerald Everett, with that lazy shit that he's been doing, giving up on routes, I would not throw him the ball today, but I'll throw it to Carter. Justin Fields needs 64 rushing yards to set single-season rushing yards for QB. What's the record? What's the record, Ryan? You gotta come with that for me. What is the record for rushing yards? I know Michael Vick went over 1,000. I know Lamar went over 1,000. What is the rushing record for a quarterback? So that obviously he's over 1,000. Obviously, I'd like to know that. Now, also, Jalen Waddle needs 88 yards to get over 1,400, and Miami would have the first tandem of 1,400-yard receivers since Duper and Clayton at 85. That's like 30-something years ago, 38 years ago. So that's pretty cool. And who else? There's another one. There's another incentive that I'm forgetting. Whew, let's see this. Yeah. Oh, Teach, we got to talk NBA. We got to talk. We got to get together and do some NBA, and we'll think we could do lists too. I like lists. If you like a guy and I like a guy, we could take different sides of a debate. And like like the young guys get so mad when I talk for Jordan and they come in with LeBron. There's a million different ones. Me personally, I don't. I like it for debate, but I don't. I appreciate all of them. But let's see what do we got, Mako. Guys, neighborhood picks, like, subscribe, get it going. Do I start Kenneth Walker? Okay, Walker's playing for something because Seattle's trying to get to the playoffs. If they win, then they need help later on, but they're playing for something, okay? Pollard is full go today. Jones, full go. Watson, Jefferson, Devontae. How many do you need to start? Do I start Kenneth Walker? Well, shit. I would start Tony Pollard. Jefferson might not play that long. Jefferson might only play a quarter or two, they said. So I wouldn't take chances like that. Oh, Fields is out, Ryan. Fields is out. So he's not going to get that rushing record. 88. Oh, yeah. He also needed 10 catches. CeeDee Lamb needs 10 catches today to pass Michael Irvin's record for most catches for a Cowboy in a season. CeeDee Lamb is coming on as a legit number one now. CeeDee Lamb is for real. He's going to be looked at high next year. High. And what's up with Nick Chubb? He's got another 1,400 yards. Are they going to drop him again in the ADP? I'm going to slap one of these geeks if I see him low in the ADP. Last year he was 7, ran for 1,400 yards, went down to 26. Produced again. What are they going to do? Drop him again because they're going to say Deshaun? No. A team's got to play with its horses. Nick Chubb is one of the strengths. They're not going to not run Nick Chubb because another guy wants to do something else. I think they're going to have to work it together. I like Nick Chubb going forward. And Mako, I would go with Pollard. All pro Tony Pollard. He made the all pro team this year. He's balling. Full PPR. Please start wide receiver in a flex this week. It's week 2 of my championship, and I need to win it all this year. So it's wide receiver in a flex. So what I would do if I was you, I would start Pollard. Man. And I would start Pollard. And if Jalen Hurts is playing, that means Devontae Smith is playing. Devontae Smith is having a hell of a season. I would start Tony Pollard and Devontae Smith. Final answer. And I believe you'll win. Good luck, man. I think you'll win. Those are good players. You got good problems. You haven't mentioned one scrub over there. So it looks like that's why you're in the Super Bowl. You got a good team. Lamar, 1206. That's the record. Wow. And I got a debate. Teach, what do you think about this? Now, we're a little older. I saw Michael Vick in real time, and as good as Lamar is running, he wasn't as elusive or fast as Michael Vick. Michael Vick went back and like scrambled like a cheetah out of a pass that was supposed to be and would run like 80. Like he didn't do RPOs. Like Vic didn't have like ride it through, go, run. Like they didn't have that for Vic. Vic would go back, duck under like 300 pounders and be gone. Like Michael Vick was electric. We used to take him in Madden and twirl all over the field until like we get up the field. Vic was so fast that I've never seen a quarterback as fast as Vic. Just like as good as Jefferson is, it's a different game. Jefferson is not over Randy Moss as far as running, catching, anything. Randy Moss was the best I ever saw, and Jerry Rice is fucking great too, but I can't rank anybody over Randy Moss and Jerry Rice. No one. I can't rank anybody over Barry Sanders, not even today. Bo Jackson. There's some greats out there that are still got the the heavyweight championship belt. Teach, we could do a couple lists. And I did a Mount Rushmore too in my first season. So when I saw you, I was like, oh shit. So if I come back with a couple of my own Mount Rushmores, don't get mad at me because I like that. It's more, I love it. If it's cool with you, I like the Mount Rushmores a lot, and I got a couple too with different stuff. Like it would be total different stuff, but the Mount Rushmores are good stuff. I did that. I did that for quarterbacks last year, but I didn't continue it. Yeah, I was like, T Rich, I was like, put a couple guys on Mount Rushmore. I had no idea what was going on with the editing. And he did. I was like, holy shit. The best one, my funniest one was I go a couple weeks ago, I'm like, T Rich, I'm hot. We're gonna go all the way with Herbert. I was like, I want you to get me jumping out of an effing plane with Herbert skydiving. And he sends me a picture. It's me skydiving with Herbert. Oh, it was great. So good. Debating to do it by position. Yeah, there's a million ways you could do things. That's the beauty of it. There's so many different ways you could do things. You know, you could rank guys by decades. There's so many cool ones. Oh, I got a trivia for you guys. Ready? Ryan, don't answer it. Who led the NFL? Who led the NFL in receiving yards 10 seasons ago? Don't look, because I'm doing it so you can think. Who led the NFL in receiving yards 10 seasons ago, 2013? He was a Cleveland Brown. Cleveland Brown had like 1,600 yards receiving. Dun, 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 dun. You would never get it. You might get it. He got suspended 100 times for weed, the poor kid. He never got back on the field. Josh Gordon. That was 10 years ago that he led the league in receptions, and not receptions, receiving yards. I looked up who led the league in receptions. It was Pierre Garcon. Remember Pierre Garcon? I would have never guessed that in a million years. 113. You know who led the NFL you know who had 2,000 scrimmage yards as a running back that same season? My boy, LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy had the best cuts I've ever seen since Barry Sanders. LaShawn McCoy had great cuts. He was one of my favorite running backs. Really good. Chip Kelly came in, cleaned house, and I felt so bad when McCoy got traded because he wasn't ready to leave Philly. Guys, next week when we start the playoffs, I'm looking to do a little bit. Oh, Roddy White. Yeah, remember Roddy White? Roddy White. There's so many receivers that I just forgot about. What was the big Texans receiver before Hopkins? Like one of the best. And then he just kind of disappeared. Andre Johnson. Remember Andre Johnson? Hey, what about the running back for the Cardinals? He had one good season and he went #1 in everybody's fantasy draft. David Johnson. It was like, oh, David Johnson. Everybody took him one. Like, who the fuck is David Johnson? That guy, he was never heard from again. You never know. Fantasy's tricky. If you stay around long enough, it's tricky. It's tricky, boys. It is tricky. That's why we like it. Last night I called the Tank Davis fight. Oh, I had fun doing that, boy. I had fun. A lot of fun. Cowboys, Commanders today. Ron Rivera's going back to the Heineke now. You know what? Ron Rivera's become an embarrassment. You can't do that. Oh, I'm going to go to Heineke. I'm going to go to Wentz. I'm going to Heineke. Listen, Riverboat Ron, he's got to be fired now just by handling it the way he has. And also, I'm very down on Robert Salas. The Jets lost on a walk-off punt return against New England that cost them. They lost another game to Detroit due to a punt return. That was a difference by Raymond. They benched Zach Wilson when they were 5-2. He was 5-1 going into the game, and then he lost. Like, you shouldn't have gave up on him. They gave up on him. They screwed his confidence up. They took him out of the street clothes, and then they went to Mike White, and then they went back to Zach, and then he screwed up, and they had to pull him. Like, why? If you're really a leader, why are you listening to any bullshit noise? I don't give a shit what Booger Big Head McFarlane is saying on Monday night. I don't give a shit what that square RG3, the biggest fucking nerd I've ever seen in my life. Excuse my language. I'm getting a little heated. RG3 is a geek. I've seen him get out of line with Steve Young he never has the right tempo. He's always talking like a little bit like nasty, or he's trying to joke, but he's not funny. RG3, you just don't have it. Uh, I don't like him. So these guys are all blasting Zach Wilson. Do you know how many quarterbacks? Do you know how many quarterbacks Bill Belichick has made look bad? Sam Darnold had a bad one against the Jets. I mean, against the Patriots when he played for the Jets, they benched him. They got rid of him. Now this kid, bad day against the Patriots. Oh, then they bench him. So I'm not really with all that stuff. I don't know. But next week with the playoffs, I want to pick every game. I want to have some kind of knockout pool, something. I'm going to get it going this week where we pick all the games. We pick all the games. We got to have some kind of pool, and I want to do a fantasy one too. I want to do the actual playoff games. We'll do a pool. Who we think's going to advance, and you get a certain amount of points for each round. If anybody's in for that, definitely let me know. And I'd be down to play, whether we get it sent through emails or I don't know how we're going to set it up. I'll talk to a couple guys and we'll figure it out. I'm watching Tyreek Hill drop back to pass. All the games in Miami. The Jets are in Miami. I think Miami's going to – I don't know, man. The Jets, I said they wouldn't win another game, and they haven't. I was hoping I was wrong. They lost to somebody. They lost to Detroit. They lost to Jacksonville. Then they lost last week, and now they're going to lose to Miami maybe? Wow. The Jets really fell off. Kenny Pickett's throwing darts out there in Pittsburgh. He's warming up. I like Kenny Pickett. You see that bullshit with the small hands? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Hey, Teach, I got a question for you. You probably heard it already, though, because I've been saying it. One of my example questions, because when the playoffs come, I'm going to be asking sports trivia to all you guys. In 1985, the Chicago Bears were trying to go 16-0 and be undefeated and break the 72 Dolphins undefeated streak, right? However, on a Monday night, they got beat and they ended up 15-1. Who beat them and who was the quarterback? Do you know? I said it. I think I said it last week, but I love that one because nobody ever knows it, and I remember it barely. I'll let you sit on that. If I see you type it, I'll let you know. Who beat the Bears on a Monday night to make them not go undefeated? That's a good one. I'll tell you what. You know who lost a lot of Super Bowls? When I was a kid, John Elway lost 2 or 3 Super Bowls. He came back at 37. He gave up his body in those games to win those Super Bowls. It wasn't like Brett Favre barely trying. Like, I don't know. I got a feeling the Lions are going to come up there. I think Dan Campbell's going to have them ready. I've been wrong a lot, though, lately. But I kind of like the Lions. Patriots at Bills, 1 o'clock. This is going to be a massacre. I think the Bills are going to smoke them. It was a bad idea to go into the season with no coordinators for the Patriots. No coordinators. This is the most boring week we're ever going to have. It is, because next week we got playoffs. We got real games to look at with odds. 80% of these games are going to be substitutes. Only a couple of them matter. So it's a really weird week. So I'm gonna keep going with videos and stuff like that. And then when the playoffs start, I'll always be live streaming, and we're gonna really get into stuff. I'm gonna have the trivia going. We're gonna talk about like the spreads on the games, who we think's gonna advance. I don't even want to get too much into the playoff picture until we get there, because I want to see who gets in. I want to see who gets in the NFC. If Green Bay ever gets in, that would be some feat. I don't want to see Green Bay get in. I'd like to see Seattle lose, so when Detroit takes the field, they're still alive. If Seattle wins, Detroit takes the field knowing they're eliminated. I wonder if Seattle loses, that night game is for the playoffs. That's what I want to see. So as a football fan, I want to see the Seahawks lose. And then that night game, if Detroit wins, they're in the playoffs. The Lions can be dangerous in the playoffs too. They're fun. Oh, Miami Dolphins, Dan Marino. Yeah, Dan Marino beat the 85 Bears on a Monday night, right? And Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl the year before, lost to Montana. Everybody expected them to go back, right? The Bears are waiting for the Super Bowl. The Dolphins are in the AFC Championship, about to rematch the Bears, who they whooped. Because Marino came out throwing, and the Bears had a defense with everybody in the box. They didn't know what to do. So everybody was like, oh, Miami, if they get to the Super Bowl this year, they'll beat Chicago. Miami laid a dud in the AFC Championship game to an okay Patriots team. The Patriots went to the Super Bowl against the Bears and lost 42-3. So it was like a real weird thing. It was supposed to be Marino against the 85 Bears, and you were going to nobody knows who would have won because Miami beat him in the regular season. A lot of people don't know that. There's a lot of things that they don't tell you about in the history books. Like the 86 Giants might have never happened. I remember when I was a kid. You can look this up. I guarantee you, if you look this up, you'll see it. 86 season. The Bears are still the fucking Bears from the 85. Ferocious. Giants were really good. Really good. But the Bears were still highly respected Super Bowl champs. In the playoffs, somebody grabbed Jim McMahon like a minute after the whistle, took him and like slammed him on his head. Like today, the guy would be in jail. He slammed McMahon on his head on purpose, knocked him out. That was the end of him. Doug Flutie started. The Bears were out. Giants won the Super Bowl that year. So if there was quarterback rules in place, there might never have been an 86 Giants. You see how one left turn this way could change the whole course of fate and history? If Miami goes to the Super Bowl and beats that Patriot team, there might never be 85 Bears. Marino might have got a Super Bowl because they matched up well against them. If Jim McMahon doesn't get slammed on his head, there might not be an 86 Giants. The 85 Bears might have repeated. So sports is crazy, man. Sports is crazy. But I'm going to be doing trivia, everything, breaking down the games. And I know when the playoffs come, everybody will be on it because this is like the deadest time of the year. And now we're going to get into the Super Bowl and all the good stuff. And we're going to be breaking stuff down. And I want to talk about futures too. Real quick with futures. Guys, now there's a couple people in here. Listen to the futures and what you think might be valuable. Ready? Dallas, Kansas City plus 340, Buffalo plus 440, Philly plus 550. $100 on Philly to win the Super Bowl pays 550. Not bad. San Fran 550, Bengals 750. Why not? Why not? Wow. $100 on the Bengals pays out 750. $100 on the well, they got no respect for Dallas. $100 on the Cowboys pays $1,100. That's worth a little shot. They got high octane. They just fuck up all the time. Chargers plus 2,500. I told you that team's fugazi. Chargers $100 pays 2,500. Oh, Tommy Brady $100 pays 3,000. Hey, Minnesota, no respect. $100 on Minnesota pays $3,200 to win the Super Bowl. That's one that I would like to bet. I'll put $20 on Minnesota. $20 on Minnesota to win the Super Bowl pays $640. Cha-ching, get them, Nucci. Okay, that's a fun one. I'm going to take 5 teams, sprinkle out a hundo, and see if I can catch a Super Bowl. Minnesota's a nice dark horse. Giants, of course. $20 on the Giants to win the Super Bowl pays $1,000. Hey, Nooch, that's the bet. $20 on the Giants pays $1,000. I'm in. That's what it is. That's a nice bet. I'm a Giants fan. My 20 could turn into 1,000. On that note, I'm going to eat about 3 dishes of macaroni today. It's Mom's birthday. I'm getting out of here early because I'm just so excited about the day and can't wait to see my mom. She deserves a great day. You guys be good. I'll see you soon. Live stream. Give me a share because we're going to have a lot of fun right through the Super Bowl. Be good, guys.